1966 was a year when soul music breathed, full of heartbreak confessions, midnight dances, and voices that sounded like truth itself. Somewhere on a summer porch, somebody slow danced to Percy Sledge under warm streetlights, and Jimmy Ruffin, well, he left us asking questions we still feel today. These are 10 R&B songs from 1966 we'll never forget. Number 10, Nothing But Heartaches by The Supremes.
Nothing but heartaches.
Now, The Supremes in 1966 were in a league all their own, Motown's polished diamonds, shining on every radio dial in America. But here's the thing about this song. It wasn't supposed to be a heartbreak anthem. Nothing But Heartaches came right as the group was stepping into unstoppable superstardom, fresh off back-to-back number ones. The expectations were sky high, the spotlight blinding, the stakes enormous.
That's the time he leaves me all alone, just keeps me.
Recorded in Detroit's legendary Hitsville, USA, this track captured a different side of Diana Ross's voice. A tremble, a pleading softness, like she was singing directly from a late-night diary entry. And even though this song didn't shoot to number one the way Motown expected, it became a deep-cut treasure.
Why can't it be the same way too?
For many fans, this is the real emotional Supreme song, the one that didn't need perfection to be unforgettable. You can almost picture it, a dusty record player spinning in a bedroom, blinds half drawn, a teenager clutching a pillow and wondering why love felt so big, so heavy, so close to breaking. And here's the twist. This miss from Motown pushed the label to rethink their sound, leading to bigger, sweeter, bolder hits to come.
I can't break away from it.
So in a way, this heartbreak taught Motown how to love again. If that song held regret close to the heart, this next track, it's all about knocking on the door of chance and hoping fate answers. Number 9, Knock on Wood by Eddie Floyd.
We gonna knock on wood! Everybody!
This one came straight out of the gritty soul furnace at Stax Records, down in Memphis. Eddie Floyd wasn't yet a household name in '66, not like Otis or Sam and Dave. But when he stepped to the mic, he brought the kind of raw, joyful urgency that comes from living the music, not just singing it.
I'm not superstitious about you.
Written during a storm at the Lorraine Motel, with thunder rolling and rain pounding the windows, the song became a kind of charm or plea. If love this good is real, don't let anything mess it up. And you can hear that plea in the horns, in the backbeat, in the shout of his voice that isn't just performing, it's hoping.
Feel my loving cup, honey, you see?
On the dance floors, this record lit a spark. Couples moved a little closer, shoulders rolled, eyes met. Someone took a chance on someone else. That's what soul is, risk wrapped in rhythm. And its legacy? Endless. From club bands to weddings to generations who didn't even know they were hearing Stax.
Yeah! Everybody!
This track became a living heartbeat of soul celebration. It's the moment love feels lucky. But while this song is full of energy and movement, our next track slows everything down, like warm molasses at sunset. So get ready to feel something deep. Number 8, I'm Your Puppet by James and Bobby, Purify.
I'm your puppet.
Here's a song that floats in like a warm memory. I'm Your Puppet is one of those 1966 tracks that didn't shout for attention. It glided.
Snap your finger and I'll turn you some flip. I'm your
James and Bobby Purify had that sibling-like blend, soft and natural, the kind of harmony that didn't need polishing. recorded down in Muscle Shoals where the humidity and heartbreak hang thick in the air. This track carried a gentleness that soul didn't always take the time to show.
Your every wish is my command.
It's a love song, yes, but not the fireworks kind. More the give and give again kind. The kind sung by someone who's already surrendered. There's a sweetness in that vulnerability, a soft smile in the melody, like someone sitting on the edge of a bed tying their shoes slower than needed, just to stay a moment longer. Trivia that adds a little sparkle. The recording nearly didn't happen. The arrangement was considered too simple by some in the studio, too delicate for radio. But that simplicity, that's what made it timeless. Sometimes the quietest songs leave the deepest imprint, and when folks heard it back then, they didn't just listen, they felt recognized. The kind of recognition where your chest loosens, your heart remembers something soft, and suddenly you're not alone in loving someone that deeply. If this song is the gentle exhale of love, the next one is the fire in the gut, the storm cloud, the world turned upside down by emotion. Because coming up next, James Brown steps into the room, number 7. It's a man's world by James Brown.
This is a man's world.
When this track dropped in 1966, James Brown was already the undisputed godfather of soul. But this song, this was different. It wasn't built for dancing, wasn't made for shouting crowds and stage splits. This was James Brown at his rawest, his voice nearly trembling with emotion, backed by sweeping strings that felt almost cinematic.
This is a man's world.
He recorded it during a period of intense personal and professional tension, battles with bandmates, label pressure, and a relentless tour schedule that pushed him to the edge. And you can hear that strain in every note. It sounds like a man grappling with everything he's gained and everything he's lost along the way. The irony, of course, is in the message, this declaration that the world is shaped by men, while at the same time acknowledging that none of it means a thing without a woman's love.
Man thinks about a little bit of baby girls.
Behind the scenes, the arrangement's emotional depth came from the women in Brown's life, especially singer Betty Jean Newsom, who co-wrote the song and drew from her own experiences to sharpen its truth. Close your eyes and you can feel it. A smoky club, lights low, somebody nursing a drink they're not really tasting, thinking of someone they shouldn't have let go. There's a soul-worn heaviness in the air.
But it wouldn't be nothing.
It's a confession disguised as a performance. This track didn't just chart, it lingered. It became the slow, aching heartbeat of countless memories, breakups, reconciliations, and long nights awake. And if this one left your heart a little tender, the next track is about to take that tenderness and turn it into something powerful and unforgettable. Love that feels like it could swallow the whole world. Number 6, When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge. This is one of those songs that doesn't just play, it blooms inside the listener. Percy Sledge was working as a hospital orderly in Alabama when heartbreak hit him so deeply, the emotion spilled out into melody.
Well, this man loves you, woman.
In 1966, he stepped into the studio with the Muscle Shoals rhythm section, those legendary Southern musicians who could translate pain into warmth, and something divine happened. Percy didn't sing this song so much as he gave it to the world. His voice cracks in places that aren't mistakes. They're memories. The moment where love costs more than you expected. The way devotion can be both surrender and salvation at the same time. Radio stations didn't just play it, they wore it out. Weddings, Sunday slow dances, lonely car rides home. It went to #1 and stayed there because everybody, at some point, has loved someone so completely it scared them.
He can never want some other girl.
You can almost hear a summer night in the South when it plays. Porch light glowing, crickets humming, a heart learning the weight of its own longing. And to this day, no singer has captured that same tender ache quite the same way Percy did.
When I'm falling like a woman.
If these classics from 1966 are bringing back memories, give this video a thumbs up. It helps keep the soul alive, and trust me, the next 5 tracks are only getting deeper, sweeter, and stronger. Number 5, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman by Aretha Franklin.
Because you make me feel, you make
Now this is soul in its purest form. By 1966, Aretha Franklin was already recognized as a singer of rare power, but she hadn't quite found the home for her voice yet.
the day I met you, life was so unkind.
She was transitioning from jazz-influenced recordings to the raw, gospel-rooted sound that would soon crown her the Queen of Soul. And then came this song, written by the legendary duo Carole King and Jerry Goffin. After a late-night conversation inspired by producer Jerry Wexler, this track carried an emotional sincerity that couldn't be faked. When Aretha stepped into the studio, something spiritual happened.
Lady, I didn't know.
Her voice didn't just sing the lyrics, it testified. There's a warmth in the way she lifts each note, a gratitude, a revelation. Love can be a shelter. Love can be a mirror. Love can be home. Picture it. Autumn of '66. Radio static fades. That opening piano chord settles like soft morning light.
And if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. Because
And then Aretha begins, and the world, for just a moment, slows down to listen. The impact? Tremendous. This song didn't just influence singers, it influenced how singers believed they were allowed to feel.
and I just wanna be one.
Whitney, Mariah, Alicia Keys, every powerhouse that came after owes something to this moment where vulnerability and strength stood hand in hand. If this was love at its most affirming, our next track, oh, it brings the grit, the grind, and the plea of a heart that refuses to be ignored. Number 4, Ain't Too Proud to Beg by The Temptations.
Ain't too proud to be, baby.
Now we step into Detroit again, Motown at full fire. By 1966, The Temptations were refining their vocal blend into something nearly architectural. Each voice a pillar, a stroke, a shade of emotion.
Mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg, as you know.
But what made Ain't Too Proud to Beg special wasn't just the harmony, it was the urgency. The Temptations had recently shifted their lead spotlight to David Ruffin, whose raspy, pleading voice could crack open a heart like thunder cracks open the sky.
On your doorstep all night and day, just to keep you from walking.
And Ruffin poured everything into this one. He didn't sound smooth. He didn't sound polished. He sounded real. He sounded like a man holding the doorframe of love with both hands, saying, "Please, don't walk away." Behind the scenes, Motown's Funk Brothers carved out a groove that walked the line between dance floor heat and emotional plea.
Ain't too proud to be, baby, baby.
Those drums skip like a racing heartbeat, the horns punch like adrenaline, and the backing vocals cushion every crack in Ruffin's voice with tenderness. When this hit the radio, young men who'd been taught never to show emotion suddenly heard a new rule. Loving someone enough to beg isn't weakness, it's devotion. And on the flip side, millions of listeners recognized themselves in the ache of holding on to something slipping away. This track didn't just climb the charts, it carved itself into our emotional muscle memory. Weddings,
In the pit of my heart, and each day it grows more and more.
breakups, reunions, every generation found their way back to it. But if this was devotion laced with desperation, the next song we're stepping into is pure, glowing sugar. A sound like honey on the morning air. Number 3, How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You by Marvin Gaye.
How sweet it is loving you, babe.
By 1966, Marvin Gaye was refining a sound that would soon make him one of the most celebrated voices in American music. But this song, smooth, glowing, golden with warmth, captured a moment before the social weight, before the heartbreak, before the turbulence.
To you, baby, gonna get next to.
This was Marvin in his Sunlight era. Written by the powerhouse songwriting team Holland Dozier Holland and backed by the Funk Brothers' Velvet Groove, How Sweet It Is wasn't desperate, pleading, or hurting. It was gratitude set to melody, thankfulness with a backbeat.
And there's no love left, and I'm watching to you.
Marvin sings like a man who's tasted the bitterness of life and is sitting at last in the sweetness of love that's soft, steady, and good. Imagine a vinyl record spinning in a living room on a lazy Saturday. Curtains open, the city humming outside, someone bringing coffee to someone they love.
That you with sweet love and devotion.
That's the world this song belongs to. Quiet, everyday tenderness. And soul music didn't always make space for that kind of gentle joy, but Marvin did. The song climbed the charts and became a standard, not just in soul, but in pop, R&B, jazz, gospel settings, weddings, reunions. Anywhere love felt like a blessing.
Loving you, baby. Oh, yeah. And listen, there ain't.
Artists from James Taylor to Michael Bublé covered it, but none captured the subdued smile in Marvin's voice. But hold on, because if this track was sunrise sweetness, the next one is full thrill, full drama, full power. It's soul music, stretching its wings wider than ever before. Number 2, Reach Out, I'll Be There by the Four Tops. Now this is soul on the edge of a cliff. Dramatic, powerful, larger than life. In 1966, the Four Tops were already Motown mainstays, but when Levi Stubbs stepped up to record Reach Out, I'll Be There, something almost primal broke loose. Stubbs didn't just sing, he cried out.
Now if you feel that you can't go on, because
His voice had the grit of someone who had seen love almost slip away and was ready to fight with everything in him to hold it still. Holland Dozier Holland pushed the song into bold territory. Minor key verses that feel like tension tightening in the chest, then exploding into a major key chorus that feels like running into open arms. It was unlike anything on the radio at the time. Dramatic, theatrical, cinematic. The musicians behind it, the Funk Brothers, crafted a rhythm that pulls you forward, almost like a heartbeat speeding up right before you admit how much someone matters to you. There's a flute dancing above the groove, bongos tapping like nervous fingers, and Levi Stubbs' voice crashing through like a gospel preacher in the middle of heartbreak. When this hit the radio, it didn't ask for your attention, it commanded it. And it became a global anthem of reassurance, a promise. You are not alone. Someone will catch you. And that message, bold, emotional, unapologetically true, is what makes soul music unforgettable. But now, we arrive where all roads lead, A song that didn't scream or plead, but instead asked the quiet question that lives in every heart that has ever been broken. Number 1 is next, and trust me, this one stays with you. Number 1, What Becomes of the Brokenhearted by Jimmy Ruffin.
What becomes of the broken hearted?
This is the sound of a heart learning to live with its cracks. Released in 1966 on Motown's soul label, What Becomes of the Brokenhearted didn't come in loud or flashy. It arrived like someone sitting down beside you in silence, and then finally telling the truth.
I have visions of so many things, but happiness.
Jimmy Ruffin's voice has this trembling dignity, like a man trying not to fall apart while admitting he already has. Behind the scenes, Ruffin actually asked to record this song after hearing it was being considered for another act. He said he felt the lyrics belonged to him.
The roots of love grow all around,
And when he stepped into the booth, the emotion didn't have to be coached. It lived in him. The gentle piano line, the rising strings, the whisper-soft background harmonies, they all hold space for grief without pushing it away. And audiences felt that deeply.
hoping and praying, and I need someone to care.
The song climbed the charts worldwide and became one of Motown's most beloved soul ballads, not because it fixed heartbreak, but because it looked us in the eye and understood it. This is the sound of walking past old haunts alone, of seeing couples on sidewalks, of wondering what comes after the story you thought you'd get to keep.
Becomes of the broken hearted, you had a sweet love.
But here's the magic. Even in sorrow, this song carries hope, a quiet, flickering one. Because if we can sing our pain, we can survive it. And soul music has always known that. From Motown's polished glow to Stax's raw fire, 1966 gave us love songs full of sweetness, struggle, devotion, and truth. These tracks don't just remind us of the past, they still move with us today. Thank you for spending time on this soul stroll with me. Subscribe to keep the groove alive and don't go far, because next up is 10 R&B songs from 1972 we'll never forget. Click the video on your screen and let's keep the music playing.